You thought we'd sleep, no time to weep. We're here again, let alpha reign. Money, 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 Mithril money. Building stats like gold and honey. The code is tweaked, the volumes run. The alpha's back, the Friday fun. You thought we'd sleep, no time to weep. We're here again, let alpha reign. Money, 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 Mithril money. Oh, yeah! Money, 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 Mithril money. Oh, Mithril. Money, 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 Mithril money. Can you dig it? Oh, hit me. You thought we'd sleep, no time to weep. We're here again, let alpha reign. The code is tweaked, the volumes run. The family's back, the Friday fun. Money, 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 Mithril money. Mithril money in the house. Money, 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 Mithril money. Ha! Yay!
What's up, everyone, and welcome to another of Alpha Friday. I love that intro song. Wonderful. We're going to have a jam-packed Alpha Friday today as normal. Now we have a little bit extra Alpha this week. We also need to do it a little bit shorter because reality is reality. Both me and Thomas are parents, and we have kids home today, so it's a bit chaotic. You can see a very beautiful tent structure. So the office is kindergarten today. So we're going to try to keep it within 30 minutes. It's not always doable, but we will do our absolute best. To start off, we're going to go over some milestones, some community updates, and then we're going to jump into product because there's a lot of things that has happened. Some of it has become public, as you might have seen, but we're going to look a little bit at the features that have been pushed during the week. We're going to show you some of it so that you can see how you can use it. We're also going to look a little bit at what's most likely going to be fine-tuned during the weekend so that it's live on Monday or Tuesday next week because there's a lot happening. I also need to start by saying I'm so very impressed with all of you that are participating in the guild. The guild has officially gotten, I think, 30-ish members in it now. And it's incredible to see the performance that each of you guys put out. And it's, I got to say, with a couple of you, I'm a little bit jealous of the points. This week, I was a little bit too much in builder mode, fixing bugs with the guild and adding some improvements to it. So I missed a bit of volume this week. So I'm a bit jealous of the points that some of you guys have shared in the Pacifica and extended Discords. But take my word on it, I will come back even stronger. I have seen this as motivation, and I have radically scaled up my efforts again on Pacifica, on Hibashi, and I'm going to do a little bit more on Extended. I need to find some good bot parameters on Extended, so if somebody has really good ones, please drop them in the tester channel on TG. You now have the copy feature so that you can easily share it. Please just share it like that, and then I can copy trade it straight away. We have also, well, there's so many milestones. We haven't had time to do a volume announcement this week, but last week we were at 100 million. I looked once earlier this week, and I think we're at 120 plus this week. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Thomas. Wait, I will do it quick.
I'm checking at the same time. It's loading. It's too much volume. It's too low. Ah, wow, 128 million. So at the end of the day, probably 130 million. It's nice. It's. I think we are increasing the speed of volume. Of growth.
It is absolutely very suitable comment by Stefan. money. It's insane to see the speed. So last week, literally the 6th, sorry, we were at 100 million. We are just shy of 130. that means that you have nearly done 30 mil in roughly 10 days, which is absolutely insane. It took us 4 or 5 weeks to get to 30 million from the beginning. So it's incredible to see that performance in the last 10 days. I think we're doing a bit north of 3 million as well. I think we've had 3 days this week with above 3 million in volume, which is incredible.
We'll share the graph just after to look at it in detail.
And I gotta share a little bit of a fun news. We are already 10% of Hibashi. I say Hibashi wrong. Tom, how do you say it?
No, actually that was one of the rare times you got it right.
I got some messages about a YouTube video I just did with how to add Hibashi API credentials, and somebody was laughing and they were like, "You say it differently every time you say it in this video, and you say it 8 times." I do. I'm sorry. I'm very bad at pronunciations and some names. We're already doing roughly 10% of their total daily volume. That is insane. The integration literally went live yesterday, and in less than 48 hours, we're doing 10% of their total volume today. Incredible to see.
So actually, we should maybe take a minute to speak about this, because our objective. So Hibashi, we are very exciting to have them integrated, because first the exchange is working very well. Integration, the API is really strong, backend or technical, if I can say. But also it's not as big as the other one, so it's less crowded. And so maybe the farming is a bit more not like a gamble, because probably we will be doing good. But it's not the same asymmetry of reward. Maybe we take a tiny bit more risk, but since we are less doing the farming, I think we will be able, relatively speaking, to catch a bigger pie. And the more we grow as Mithril, the more our impact on Hibashi grows, the best negotiating power we will have. So right now we start, because you saw, we have already a good referral link that gives you 15% bonus and 50% rebate in the fee you paid to the exchange. Now we want to prove in the next week or two that we can do big numbers. That's why Alex and I, we crank the volume of our own bots. And we will show in 10 days very big numbers to them. And we now you see what we can bring. Let's kind of see what more we can do with data point incentive, maybe for all of you guys. That's what we want to achieve.
Well, I mean, so let's stay on this a little bit, because we announced the Hibashi integration Thursday. We're going to have a competition that goes live with Hibashi on Monday. They are allocating 50,000 tokens/points to this campaign. It's going to be running for 2 weeks, so 14 days. They are going to be joining our next Alpha Friday, and then we're most likely going to join their version of Alpha Friday, their AMA, the week after that. So it's an incredible opportunity right now to get extra points. I would recommend people play around with the settings. Me and Toma can share our best performing bots on Monday. But play around with it, see what you can figure out. Market Maker, BTC is working really good. ETH is also working quite good. There is a new opportunity page that we're going to take a look at in a bit that could give you further sort of direction on maybe what to start. But what I would recommend is play around a bit with it so that you're prepared for the competition that is going to launch on Monday. Because 50,000 points is for us. It's the Mithril community that is going to be able to earn these 50,000 points. Nobody else is in this competition. So you will have such a ridiculous advantage to earn double, triple the normal points, which means your ROI just went 1 or 2 or 3x. And I nearly, Toma, let's tell them the actual numbers. So if we do, now we're going to share real alpha, because we work as a cabal together, right? Once we have hit 50 million in total volume on Hibashi, we're gonna get updated. How do you say it? We're gonna get even better referral, even better kickback, even better everything. So like that's the first milestone. If we can deliver 50 million over a reasonable period, maybe 1 or 2 months, then we get even better terms, which means that we get even more value back on what we help them farm. And we're already 1 million a day roughly. So it would be very cool to hit that 50
million in 2 days, because I started a bit earlier because I was testing the integration, but we will reach 50 mil 100% within a month, I think.
So that unlocks even more stuff. Let's stay on that a bit and let's get concrete. Let's jump into the product and look. But so fantastic. We've hit over 100 million last week. This week we'll probably hit 130. Hibashi integration is live, it's working. Competition for Hibashi starts on Monday. By the way, all of the community members that did the Get Started quest line, nice work. You should have just received $12. I increased it slightly just to make sure that we cover fees and stuff. So you guys you should have $12, $11, whatever it is after fees, slightly above 10 in your wallet today. It's going to be in USDC on Arbitrum so that you can, if you want to, use it in your trading. Highly recommend everyone to check it out. We're going to do a post about it right after alpha. But it's a great way. You literally get $10 just for integrating the APIs and setting up your first bot. So it's us trying to give back a little bit on what we're getting to help people get started. We are going to roll out a 7-day and a 30-day challenge in a couple of weeks. But right now, the Get Started one is live. Everybody that has done Quest 6, so submitted their public wallet address, we check it on the back end to make sure that you've gone through all of the steps. You have API credentials set up, and you have a bot running. Then you get paid out. If I know that some of you in here did a couple of the steps because I accidentally released the Get Started quest line a bit too early. If you didn't do quest number 6, which is submitting your public wallet address that you have the bots running on, or that is connected to the Perptex, right? Do that now, and I can process the remaining payouts during the afternoon or during the weekend. But if you do it before Sunday, I will try to do the payouts one more time. Otherwise, going forward, payouts are going to be on Thursdays every week, so that you know that rhythm. Beautiful. We also have the sprint. So I actually have a question to the community on this one. Because our idea was that we give the top 10 in the sprint $50 each. But that's just what we were thinking, right? So let us know either here in the comments or let us know in the TG. Do you want the winner to take it all in the sprint? Do you want the top 3 to get, the top person could get 200 or 300, and then number 2 and number 3 get 100 each? Let us know how you think that we should distribute the winnings in the January sprint. We were planning to do $50 each to the top 10, but maybe we can do something else. Let us know what you guys would prefer. And then, we will very much listen to you guys. And we will, we will see if there might be some more rewards coming into the monthly sprint. But we take that later because that's we've come up with some fun, cool ideas. Thomas, before we jump into the concrete stuff, we look at product, we look at the beautiful things that we've built. Is there anything else that we want to go over? We've gone over the milestones, the integration, the upcoming competition. There is most likely going to be another competition after the Hibashi one. But let's not share that alpha just yet. But let's say that we're trying to stack up competitions back to back to back, so that now during the spring you guys can maximize the farming, because it's getting TGE time for some of these. Paradox is most likely going to do TGE in February. Pacifica is probably not going to be too many months away from that. So like
to Q3, I think, Pacifica.
Yeah.
So we have time.
So August, September, October, somewhere around there. So it's like now is the time. And that's why we're trying to stack these competitions back to back to back. Because if you guys can get more points, you get more funds. Hopefully you remember us when you're rich. And so that's what we're trying to do.
Before jumping in the product, I would like to share a bit a few metrics, like, because we have a bunch of exchanges, we have a bunch of strategies. So I think it's interesting to see the behavior that everyone has when it comes to using Mithril. So I will go quite fast, but so this is a daily volume that we started to really measure since a month, let's say. In green, it's Paradex, so it's like fairly constant. You can see like January 10th, that was last weekend, we had a crazy big drop. It's because the volatility was down so much that the bot weren't being triggered at all. So it's you can see really the impact of the market on this thing. And you see, so this is me
and if I could just
testing Ibashi.
That happens to the entire to the entire perp DEX space. So if you actually look at DeFi Llama, you can see a little bit of a recurring rhythm that on Saturday, Sunday, the volume completely drops off and then it picks back up again. There might be some interesting strategies to be applied to take advantage of that little weekly cycle. But I just wanted to highlight, it's not specific to us. It's actually the entire niche that is PerpDex volume follows this behavior a little bit. Sorry, Thomas, continue.
No, good. And I think like you see, so the orange one is yesterday. So Ibashi already doing bigger number than Extended and almost the same as Pacifica. So it's going to be very interesting to see this over the next week. Okay, so this is kind of the volume, but I think this is interesting one. Here we have, I will make it a bit bigger. Is it big enough, Alex, on your screen?
I can see it. I'm a little bit zoomed in though. So maybe I think that's perfect. Yeah.
So the bot per exchanges. So of course, admin, it means it's either Alex or me who are running these bots, right? I think this value is weird, but the percentage looks good. So yeah, there are mostly bots on Pacifica and still on Paradex, which for it, we don't have a lot of competition or announcements or stuff. So it's interesting to see. And Ibashi is really new, but still half of the amount of bots. So it's looking good. And Extended, I think, it's a bit less, but we had less activity around it also. And clearly, Market Maker V2 is number one, 62% of the bots. Then is scalping. I would have thought it would be Grid in second, but it's actually the scalping one. But it's not so, okay, they are almost the same. And Market Maker is still the old V1 that we didn't want to shut down for some people who like it, like Alex. So we still have it. And the overall volume distribution, right now, Paradex is still number one, Pacifica second. Interesting because it was launched way after Extended. So, which is a bit weird because Extended is a top tier exchange, but it's not as easy as the others to farm, I think. And that's why we can see a kind of lower number. And Ibashi, we're just starting with Ibashi, so because this is lifetime. So yeah, just I wanted to share this because it's interesting. I like this kind of stuff. And so maybe we jump straight away in the roadmap, kind of the January roadmap.
So I think so. Sorry, Thomas. I have a slight delay on my. I don't know if it's for everybody. So, guys in the chat, let us know if you have a bit of a delay on Thomas' voice and video, or if it's just me. I will mute myself because hopefully it's just me, but let me know in the comments if you guys are having a delay as well. But yeah, fantastic, Tom. I really like to see the breakdown, as you said. It's quite interesting to see how Pacifica has passed extended, even though that happened later. I saw Sanders said Paradox is cheap, so attractive. Definitely is. I think, Sanders, one thing that we might be doing going forward is we might start to do a bit more smaller competition within the community as well. So we essentially have two types of competitions. Ones that we do together with the perp dexes, but we're also looking at maybe starting our own internal competitions when we can do stuff like we can take away our fee on, for example, I'm just throwing it out there, like we take away our fee on Pacifica, and then we say $500 competition for the one that can find the best CPM, so cost per million in volume on Pacifica, and then we run a competition for a week to try and help everyone, right? Like the winner, of course, gets a bunch of points because they're generating volume. They get $500 in price earnings. They get lower cost because they don't have fees that week, or at least our fees that week. And then everybody gets access to a bot that they can copy trade that hopefully gives them really good parameters on that perp dex. So that's something that we're thinking about doing as well. So Sanders and others, let us know if you would like us to do more small internal competitions, just us with the Mithril community, because we can definitely, we can start doing stuff like that as well. So let us know if you would like to see that in the comments, and then we will do more of it. And great, Paul, thanks. Okay, so it's just me that gets the delay. So I will mute myself, Thomas, and then you just keep on rocking it.
It's a good actually to have also our own tiny competition in parallel and the one we do with the dexes. Yeah, we should definitely do it. January roadmap. So what happened? It's in green. Right now we are in week 3 of the year, and this is kind of the few stuff we have for the end of the month. So we last week we had the guild, and we were doing a big work on the back end. But this week we released a bunch of tiny features that are, it's not a huge project because we had the Ibashi integration, so we wanted to focus on this. But on the side, we kind of did a few tiny projects. Like what? Like now if you go on the bot card, you can see a share button that allows you to just simply share your bot. I will show you live here. Oh wait, no, I'm sharing the tab, not the screen. I will show you after. So basically you can share your bot and it creates a link. And if someone uses your link, you will get copy volume and cashback. So that's nice. We have a new page that we call the opportunity page, which is like the scanner page for the delta neutral to identify good trade. But this one is to identify markets that have a good probability to perform well for a certain type of bots. So I will show you that right after. We reworked a bit the delta neutral execution because it wasn't really smart enough before, if I can say. Right now, what you have is when you enter a trade, a delta neutral trade, you will always have a stop loss and a target profit. So you create a price box around your entry on the 2 exchanges. So it's really safe, and you know that you have no chance of being liquidated. And there are 2 ways of working for this thing. When you place a new trade, so first of all, you can directly use whatever leverage you want, because the higher leverage, so the bigger size you can do, but also the less margin it will use from your balance. So you can open a lot of trade at the same time if you want to be more effective to farm points, let's say. So when you open a position with the delta neutral, you will have, if you don't have a lot of margin left, it will show you a liquidation price on the exchange. And then the bot, the delta neutral engine, will directly read this liquidation price and place a stop loss like 20% before the liquidation to have like a big margin of safety. So this is what is done automatically. But if when you open the trade, you don't have a liquidation price because you have a lot of free margin, so the exchange say, okay, this position is safe. You are so far away from your liquidation price, it doesn't exist. So if you don't have a liquidation price, you will place a stop loss compared to relatively to your entry price. So in any case, you're protected. And we reworked a bit the UI, so it's a bit nicer and easier to understand also. So that's for the delta neutral. And I think that was a couple of days ago, we announced the referral program. So we want to make something which is attractive for everyone. Basically, what we think the most attractive is that you get paid USDC. So when you refer someone, for all the volume that this referee creates, we get a fee, and then you will get a share of this fee also. So it will start like 5% and up to 20% or 25%. And this fee, the cashback tier that you will be eligible, is depending on your own activity. So the goal is really to create like an alignment of all the incentive between you and Mithril, basically. So I will jump into the product already to show you very quickly. What time is it? I need to check. Okay, no, we have a bit of time to show you this, especially.
Thomas, just 2 seconds. We have a great question from Sanders. And then I just want to add a little bit of a note on the opportunity engine to share how that connects with the bigger picture and our mid and long-term goals and stuff like that. But first, Sanders, the problem with this approach is that the operation of my bot would make the idle margin go all over the place. So the snapshot you take for the DN liquidation price is rather arbitrary.
Which is true. Basically, your free margin is always changing because you have activity on your account. So what we do is like when you have a delta neutral position that is open, it goes into like your in monitoring mode, and once every 5 minutes it will look at this position, what's the current liquidation price that can move based on your activity, and it will put a new stop loss if like your liquidation price is closer to the current price, it will move a bit the stop loss. That's the idea. But yeah, you're right. It's you 100%. You understood what's happening.
And then just a super short on the opportunity. So what me and Thomas really wanted to do was to find a clear strategy that doesn't only work for now, that helps also us to prioritize what product features we should prioritize in the upcoming sprint. And one way to think about what we're doing at Mithril is really to divide the product and the user experience and the value creation into 3 steps. Opportunity, so finding the right market regime, the right trading pair, the right opportunity to take action on. And then it's the strategy and parameters that suits that market regime. And then the execution and continuous monitoring and iteration. So you have the opportunity, you have the parameters and the strategy, you have the execution, monitoring and iteration, right? Continuous improvements. So what we're choosing to do is to focus on that infrastructure, because if that infrastructure is built properly, then you can achieve self-learning from those steps, right? If the opportunities that we scan for understands what strategy and parameters suit those opportunities best, and then also gets the data on the actual execution, how they're performing in real time, then we can gradually start giving recommendations on how the parameters should be tweaked as the market regime changes. That means that we get better and better data on what market opportunity, market regime suits what strategy and strategy parameters, which means that we can improve the opportunity, we can improve the execution, essentially what strategy and parameters, and we can also improve what iteration, how you should tweak your bot as it's live to achieve the best possible outcome and results. So the opportunity engine, the execution engine, and the iteration engine are essentially the underlying brain that enable us to build a hive mind. And then from that hive mind, we can do a bunch of interesting stuff, right? Like we can do stuff like alpha card or DIY strategies, where the DIY strategies look at what opportunities is available, looks at what strategies you have done in the past to show what you're comfortable with, to give you recommendations. But so to help position like the opportunity engine, execution engine, and iteration engine, that's the brain behind all of Mithril. So that's why we've really focused on that this week. And I think Thomas is about to share something.
Yes, sir. So this is not, so this is live, it's my own bots, but the opportunity page, 1 million more in today. The opportunity page is not live, will be probably live on Monday. So I will show it to you. It will probably change a tiny bit from what you see right now. So what are we seeing? So you can choose your exchange. Choosing the exchange will only affect the market, the token you see there. And then you see two things. Currently, the best ranging opportunities. That means these are the markets or the tokens that are currently in ranging mode based on a few technical indicators. So you know that when they range, it's best for either grid or market making. And then you have the best trending opportunities. So right now it's live, we don't have any. I need to figure out if it's a bug or not, but yesterday we had some. So here you would see the best opportunities for scalping bots, basically, because you want to be in a trending market, either up or down, to take advantage of these bots. But let's look a bit at the best ranging opportunities. So what do you have? You have, okay, Pax Gold right now it's ranging. You can see the detail. You have the ADX, which is basically the volatility index, that is weak. So you say, okay, weak ADX, not volatile, so ranging. RSI kind in the middle, low volatility, no real trend. This token is a good market regime for a grid bot. And then you say, okay, these are kind of the configuration of the bot that we would recommend you to launch. And then you can do one-click deploy on so I selected extended, so it automatically chooses extended, and I can launch, and boom, that's it. In green, you have
because I've run a couple of these since we started trying this out. And I know that some of you in here have seen some of the bots that me and Tom has shared. The best cost per million I have gotten is from the opportunity page. Also, I launched 2 or 3, and I launched 3 on Pacifica, and out of those 2 were in the green. So I'm not saying that that's going to be a guarantee. I'm not saying like, yay, we found an infinite money glitch, take advantage of it. But I think this is a direction that we feel very comfortable investing into, because an investment into the technology that helps everyone find better investment opportunity is always going to be a good investment. An investment into improving the matchmaking between an opportunity and what strategy and parameters to take advantage of that is always going to be a good investment. An investment into how an ongoing strategy should be tweaked based on the movements of the market, based on the ever-changing, right? It's dynamic, based on the dynamic market regime, is always going to be a good investment. Not saying that everybody is going to see their lowest cost per million in terms of volume farming or get 2 out of 3 in the green P&L as soon as she launches it. That was just my experience. But that to me shows that this is quite interesting already. And then this is literally, we've been working on this for not more than a couple of days a week. But we're making sure, or Thomas is making sure, that the infrastructure, the data, and everything on the back end is there. Because what's get really interesting is when you start connecting all of these three so that they learn from each other. Because right now, I know that Sanders and some others in here do the same. Right now, I export my trading data from the DEX. I take my bot parameters and I put that into Perplexity or an AI, and I get feedback on how I should tweak it. The problem I'm running into now is that I've done that for 1.5 months, and Perplexity only remembers my last 5 days or 10 days at best, and I need to remind it, and it starts forgetting, and it starts hallucinating, and it doesn't really understand the market regime to a deeper level. It doesn't understand the liquidity flows. It doesn't understand the range. So there's a lot of intelligence being left on the table, and it still just uses my data, the data that I provided. It doesn't learn anything from Thomas' bot or how Thomas deployed those bots in what market regime. It doesn't learn anything from Sanders or anybody else. And that's, that's the really exciting part, is that you unlock exponential improvements when Sanders' opportunity page can learn from mine, from Thomas, when I can iterate on bots based on 100 people's bots, not just my own. And when I can iterate on a bot not only based on 100 people's of bots, but on their bot performance together with the market regime that they were in when they were executing. That's the secret sauce that we're working to unlock as soon as possible. Sorry, Thomas, for the interruption.
No, it was perfectly welcome. And now I think you said it all. So right now, this is kind of a beta. We will release it on Monday. We'll try to make it a bit nicer. Monday, it will be with this kind of... So if you go there, you see kind of the score breakdown. And this will change. Alex, take it over, please. I need to go check my kit for 1 minute.
No worries. So I will try and answer the question in the meantime. From Rudanshio. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I'm horrible at name, as we learned with the Hibashi. Hey man, please suggest a strategy to farm most volume starting with as little as $50 to $100, and also suggest best exchange to do it. So right now, what I would say is working for me is a 2 bip spread, 10-second refresh interval, and 15 inventory skew. So it's a market maker V2 on BTC, 2 bip spread on Paradex. That's going to give you a good $1.2 million per week for $100. Sometimes it's been quite good performing lately, so it's been down to like $40-$60. But on Paradex, there is not currently extra incentives. On Pacifica, you can still participate in like the builder, which means that you get more points. It will have a slightly higher cost, but you will get more points. What I would also suggest with $50 to $100, I might actually do. I would do like a $10 to $20 ticket on a market maker, probably on Paradex or Hibashi. Hibashi is actually on par with Paradex in terms of cost per million on the BTC market maker bots. And then I would do the rest in a delta neutral with leverage, so that you grow, so that you offset the cost, so that you can farm for a longer period of time. So yeah, that's probably what I would do. I think I've launched maybe 30 delta neutrals now, using the opportunity page on the delta neutral, and then literally just launching them with the preset configurations. Roughly 1 out of 5 ends up in the red. 4 out of 5 ends up in the green for me. It's not going to be, you're not going to make $1,000 doing a delta neutral, but you will make a couple of dollars each day, at least in my experience. I'm doing $1,000 tickets, so 500 on each delta neutral leg. So you would have to do $100 ticket size and 10x leverage, which means that you could get liquidated if the price moves more than 10%. So I would maybe start smaller. So I would maybe do like a 500 ticket, you use 5x leverage, 250 on each leg. You're probably going to be able to make $0.50, $1, something like that a day if you run a good delta neutral. And then I would do that and maybe build your treasury a bit, build your war chest. Or I would do that in parallel with a volume bot farming on, most likely I would use a market maker V2 on BTC, something like a 2 to 4 bip spread on either Paradex or Hibashi with 10-15 second refresh interval and an inventory skew of 15 to 20 is probably what I would do. Hopefully that was at least some decent suggestions. Beautiful. Let's actually see if I can share, or he's back. Wait, let's see. D and liquidation doesn't matter. Losses in one DEX or profits in the... Yeah, exactly. The only inconvenience is that you need to rebalance funds between DEXs. 100% right. So that's just one thing to keep in mind, right? Like when you run a delta neutral, you're going to build profits on one side, on one DEX, and you're going to accrue losses on one side. So you might need to sort of balance, and it could be hard actually to do a delta neutral with $50 to $100 because you would need that on each exchange to sort of get started. Thomas, quickly, what would you do on this question? So he got $50 to $100. What strategy to farm the most volume would you suggest, and on what exchange? I said the BTC market maker V2 with a 2 to 4 bip spread, refresh interval 10 to 15 seconds, inventory skew 15 seconds, and I would run that on Paradex or Hibashi to get the best cost per million. Or I would run it on Pacifica. It will have a higher cost per million, but you will also get better incentives. You will get more points. So it's a little bit, that was what my answer was. What would be yours?
It's very similar, I think. But I would go market maker V2, big pair probably BTC for 4 bips, with a spread of 4 bips, and maybe like a 2 or 3x leverage to try to do a bit more volume faster.
Yeah,
it's what I'm reading at least.
Yeah, I'm copying some of yours now, so you're doing good. By the way, over the last 30 days, I've seen that Paradex has been sucking up DM funds from other DEXs. For some reason, Mithril will propose positions that benefits Paradex. Coincidence?
You mean this would be true if the market is always going in one direction, which is right now since maybe 2 weeks is kind of going up, and it's always Paradex that has the funding rates that makes you open a long position on Paradex. It's what you kind of maybe it's only, is it a coincidence? I don't know. It's a good question.
I'm
very
not
far of them.
Help me, Tom. I'm not sure I get it. So what we're saying is Paradex has growing delta neutral. And is there a reason why we're now saying open up delta neutrals?
No, I think the last part was but if Paradex team was like, okay, we see that everyone wants to farm DEXs, and they do that by doing delta neutral, and so they can potentially, I don't know, it's just an hypothesis, but they could maybe manipulate the funding rate so people open the short position on Paradex and the long position on other exchanges, and then the liquidation would happen on Paradex if the market goes up because it's short on Paradex.
Okay. Now I'm getting it. Sorry, it took me an extra turn. Yeah. Well, I mean, they could definitely do that because they also got access to institutional flow. So they would just need to put the institutional flow on one side to incentivize the funding rate on the other side. So theoretically, they could definitely be doing that, but I wasn't smart enough to get it, Sanders. So we're not a part of. If they're doing that, they're smart, and we're not currently a part of it. I wonder if others have the same experience seeing DN PNL move to Paradigm. Yeah.
What I experience is more like.
So Sanders, just to share with you, like, yeah, I've had the same. I probably have $200-300 more on Paradox this week in my total equity than I had in the beginning. So now I think you might have found the little red thread that leads to a bigger thing. I'm going to look into this because, I have accrued losses on the other exchanges, and I've increased my equity on Paradox. Not considerable, but $200-300 in the last week. So I think you might be onto something there. Right now, I just manually buy and sell the trading pairs in different dexes and earn some through funding rate arbitrage, but I want to automate this. Is it possible using Mithril bot? Yes, sir. That's exactly what we're building Mithril for. So, if you do delta neutrals, it's ridiculously simple with Mithril because you have the opportunity page. So you literally just pick the opportunity you want and launch it. We're about to release that for trading as well, both for trending, for grid, for market making, so that you have an overview of where those strategies, given the current market regime, would be best deployed. You can also set up the preset configurations that are quite good, if I can humbly say so myself. So absolutely, it's 100% what you can use Mithril to do. Toma, you were about to show people more of the product, and then we got interrupted. Let's continue because we need to wrap it up. We were supposed to do 30 minutes, and now we're at 46. So we need to push through a little bit. When variation? We can't.
When they have an API, right now they don't have a trading API, so it's no one has been able to integrate them because of that.
But we're speaking to the team on a daily. They're great people. We have access to the read-only API, but yeah, we need the read and write, and then we can get started with fun. Toma, product, because we need to speed it up a bit. Sorry.
I will go very fast, and the most important was the opportunity engine anyway. When bulk, we won't say anything, but there are some stuff happening. Now, my bulk, they are going into testnet this week, and it's invite only, but they have an API already for trading. We will look into it, and we want to be the first one to integrate bulk. Boom, that's it. So whenever it's ready, we will be there. Product super fast, Alex, if you can put over the screen. Oh, thank you. So opportunity, you saw it. Yeah, so this is here the new $91 cost per million. Good bot. Maybe someone should copy it. This is a share feature. So you can just go there and hide if you want the PNL and the CPM, and boom, share on X. So that's a tiny feature we had. And you have the referral that you definitely should try to do. If you have a community, you can even apply for affiliate. It's kind of a different terms. And also you have notification. That's new. So we will be sharing some small product update, competitions that are live, this kind of stuff through the notification, so you can have it directly on the website. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's enough for the product side. We will be sharing more stuff on the opportunity page, probably Monday, or maybe during the weekend if we are very excited.
Fantastic stuff. Quickly to Rudan, asking, I'm new to the channel. Welcome very much. Can you suggest me any of your videos so that I can understand a bit how it works? Just shamelessly, I shared my own X. So for roughly 40 days, I nearly did a video every day for 5 days, and then for roughly 5 weeks. So you have a bunch of, if you go through my X and scroll down a bit, you literally have me setting up strategies every single day, testing out parameters, going over it. And then you also have, let me send you the YouTube quickly. On YouTube, we have a lot of the same videos, but you also have some how-to videos that I would strongly recommend to check out. So you have how to add the Hibashi API, how to add the Pacifica API. You have some of the best performing bots. You have the Delta Neutral Strategy Explainer. So you have all of the, I'll just drop a couple of these so that you have them. And we will, as soon as we have a little bit more time, we will try to start with these videos again, because we think they're good to have, they're fun to make. Right now, both me and Toma are just in builder mode. So we're trying to build and ship as much as possible. So that's why we haven't been able to do as much content. But hopefully you get a bunch of perp decks. How am I? Benefits. You get a lot of perp decks, points, benefits, extra rewards, bonuses is what I'm trying to say. So here you got a couple of, this is the one for the Delta Neutral. And then, yeah, exactly. Shamefully just promoting my own stuff. No, but, and then highly recommend checking out the TG. Toma, if you want to just drop the link to the TG as well, because in the TG you have the success channel and then you have the Mithril tester channel. And a lot of the time I'm getting beaten by people like Sanders and Paul and Stefan. So like our community members are often running some of the absolute best bots on Mithril. So definitely check it out because they will often share what's working, what's not working in the TG. And maybe this is another reason why we should do our small internal competitions. So maybe, Toma, this is also why we should do like no builder fee on Pacifica for a week. And then who can get the best cost per million? They win $500. People get a strategy that they can copy. I quite like that. Now, the more I think about it, maybe we add another $500 competition next week. Could be interesting. All right, we need to wrap this one up. We've nearly gone an hour rather than 30 minutes, as usual. Awesome. All right, a lot of stuff. If the community has any questions, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to start wrapping this up. Huge shout out as usual. Do please check out the guild. If you have started the quest line, but you haven't completed the 6th quest, which is one where you take your public wallet address, the one that you have connected to Mithril, send that. With that, we can check if you have added the API credentials, if you're running a bot, and if you have done those 2 things, you're going to get 10, maybe 11, maybe 12, just to cover fees, $12 from us before the end of the weekend or on Monday morning. And then going forward, all of those get started. Onboarding payouts will happen on Thursday. Yeah, incredible milestones reached. The fact that we have nearly done 30 million in volume in 10 days, when it took us a bit over a month to reach that milestone, is absolutely crazy. So super fun. We have the competition with Hibashi going live on Monday. That's going to be 50,000 points. Toma, what is the value of Hibashi points? We did a post about this earlier this week. It was 0.2, 0.3, something like that,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yes, it's based on OTC, but there were not a lot of OTC deals.
Yeah.
So it's hard to know the real kind of market value.
What I love with OTC on the PerpDex points is that it essentially creates a floor price, right? Like it's beautiful in that way because you essentially get a guarantee that the point won't be below this. because that's what people can currently sell it at. And people that are buying the OTC are arbitraging. They're paying less of a premium now, assuming the risk to have an asymmetric reward, right? They're betting on that they're going to do 2-3x from OTC price to TGE. But so 50,000 points divided by 0.2, multiplied by 0.2. Thomas, your math is better mathing than mine, but that's roughly $10,000 to $15,000. Yeah. So roughly $10,000 to $15,000 worth of points. Hibashi, take that opportunity. Start running them, because me and Thomas, we've hit the ground running. So we're already in the competition. It's going to be pro rata. I can share this. It's going to be pro rata on the volume you bring. So any volume you generate for Hibashi will earn you points. That's why I'm like, start now, generate, and go for it. We're going to start tracking the volume from Monday within the competitive, right, within the window of the competition. But it's good to get started to find the settings and the strategies and the parameters that work best for you. Thanks, man. Let me just go watch some of them real quick and understand what you are saying. Let go with competition next week. I would also participate. Awesome to hear, man. Welcome on board. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining. Awesome to have you in here. And definitely let us know, let the community know if we can help out in any way. Thanks again for amazing work. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay, as usual, we need to leave. We need to exit with a little bit of a soundtrack from Top G. But before we do, Thomas, any last words that you want to share from your end, or we're ready?
No, I think let's go with a song, and have a good weekend, everyone. See you on Monday. Have a good let's farm a lot this weekend.
Let's do it. Yeah, it's I think there's a lot of value on the table that can be grabbed. So yeah, we have a Hibashi starting next week. We might do an internal one. Let us know, because I'm not going to start an internal competition and give away money and take away a builder fee unless you guys really want it. So like, you got to let us know if you want these things, and then we will do them. Competition starting next week. Payouts, get started quest line. If you haven't submitted the 6th quest, do it now, and I will pay out during the weekend or Monday morning. And I think that's it. We're going to leave with some beautiful tunes from Top Tony, and amazing week. All the best for now. It's Friday. Take care.
See you guys.
Shining bright in the silver storm, cut through the dark where legends are born. Mithril flows, the heart of mine, forged in fire, chasing light. Mithril strong, unbreakable chain. Feel the pulse, the power remains. Mithril bold, it gleams, it sings. Armor of God, the strength of kings. In the clash of steel, it never bends. Through every battle, it transcends. Mithril whispers a tale untold, a legacy carved in the molten gold. unbreakable.